Good evening, everyone. I want to share something with you today. It's not sugar-coated. It's not dressed up in fancy words. Just the truth, raw and real. For most of my life, I was told to play it safe, to follow the map that everyone else follows. You know, the one study, work, settle, get a stable job, avoid risks, don't dream too big, stay in line. But here's the thing, that map doesn't lead to greatness. It doesn't lead to happiness. It leads to regret. Because one day you wake up and realize you spent years living someone else's version of life instead of creating your own. The hardest thing you will ever do is bet on yourself. But it's the only bet worth making. Because when you choose to step outside of what's expected, when you decide to forge your own path instead of following the one handed to you, that's when life actually begins. You see, we are raised in a world that teaches us to be careful, to wait for the right time, to listen to what others say we can or cannot do. And too many people spend their lives waiting for permission, waiting for the fear to go away, waiting until they feel ready. But let me tell you something, you will never feel ready. That moment you're waiting for, where everything feels perfect, where all the fear disappears. It doesn't exist. There will always be doubt. There will always be a voice in your head whispering, what if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? The difference between the people who succeed and the people who don't is simple. The successful ones act anyway. They don't wait for fear to vanish, they push through it. They don't wait for permission, they take what's theirs. They don't wait for the world to believe in them, they believe in themselves first. Because here's the truth, life isn't about waiting for the right moment. It's about making the moment right by daring to take action. So stop hesitating, stop doubting, stop letting fear keep you in the same place. Go, do, be. Your life is happening now. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success on a silver platter. You can wait, hope, and wish all you want, but at the end of the day, your life is your responsibility. Too many people blame circumstances, bad luck, or other people for where they are in life. They say, I would chase my dreams, but I don't have the right connections. Or I would start, but the timing isn't right. Let me tell you something, the people who succeed aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who stopped making excuses and started making moves. You have to own your choices, own your mistakes, own your failures, because the moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment you gain the power to change it. You can't control where you come from, but you can control where you're going. If you don't like your situation, change it. If you're stuck, move. If you're unhappy, do something about it. No one is going to do it for you. Yes, life is unfair. Yes, obstacles will be in your way. But guess what? The people who make it, the people who achieve greatness, are the ones who refuse to let those things stop them. They don't sit around waiting for an opportunity, they create one. They don't wait for things to change, they change themselves. So stop waiting, stop blaming. Stop hoping that someday things will magically get better. Take control, make a plan, take action, and own your life because no one else will. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Success doesn't come from playing it safe. The reality is, everything you want, every dream, every breakthrough is on the other side of discomfort. But most people avoid it. They stay in their comfort zones because it feels safe, familiar, easy. But what they don't realize is that comfort is a trap. It keeps you stuck in the same routines, the same habits, the same life. And then years pass, and they wonder why nothing changed. If you want to grow, you have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You have to be willing to step into uncertainty, to take risks, to face challenges head on. Because discomfort is not a sign to stop, it's a sign that you're pushing your limits. Think about it. Every great achievement in history happened because someone dared to step outside their comfort zone. Athletes push their bodies past exhaustion. Entrepreneurs take financial risks. Artists put their work out there, knowing they might be criticized. They all embrace discomfort because they know that's where growth happens. So, if you feel nervous about chasing your dreams, good, that means you're on the right path. If it scares you, if it challenges you, if it forces you to stretch beyond what you think you're capable of, that's exactly where you need to be. Discomfort isn't the enemy. It's the key to unlocking your potential. Lean into it. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because the moment you do, the moment you stop running from it, you'll realize that discomfort isn't holding you back, it's pushing you forward. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every successful person you admire has failed probably more times than you can count. The difference is they didn't stop. Most people see failure as a dead end. They take it personally. They think maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe this just isn't for me. So they quit. They walk away before they ever give themselves a real chance to succeed. Don't be that person. Failure is not a sign to stop, it's a lesson. It's feedback. It's the world telling you that way didn't work. Try again. Every failure is a stepping stone, a necessary part of the journey. If you never fail, you're not trying hard enough. Think about how a child learns to walk. They don't get up and just start running. They fall over and over, but they don't stop and say, maybe walking isn't for me. No, they keep getting up and eventually they figure it out. That's how success works. The real failure isn't falling down. It's refusing to get back up, so fail often, fail big. But every time you do, learn from it. Adapt, improve, and try again. Because the people who win in life aren't the ones who never failed. They're the ones who failed, learned, and kept going until one day they couldn't fail anymore. So remember, fail, learn, repeat. That's how you win. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll be waiting forever. Too many people put their dreams on hold because they think they need more time, more knowledge, more experience. They tell themselves, I'll start when I have everything figured out, or I just need to be a little more prepared. But the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. There will always be doubts. There will always be reasons to wait. The most successful people in the world didn't wait until they were fully prepared. They jumped in, made mistakes, and figured things out along the way. Because that's how progress happens. You don't gain confidence by waiting, you gain it by doing. Think about it. Did you know exactly how to walk when you took your first steps? Did you fully understand how to ride a bike before you got on? No, you learned by trying. And yes, you stumbled, you wobbled, you fell, but eventually you got better. Starting before you're ready isn't reckless, it's necessary. It's how you grow. It's how you push past fear and self-doubt. So stop overthinking. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start now, start messy. Start scared. Just start. Because the sooner you begin, the sooner you'll figure it out, and the closer you'll be to the life you want. Your biggest enemy isn't the world. It isn't your circumstances. It isn't the people who doubt you. It's you. That voice in your head, the one that tells you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough, it's lying to you. It's feeding you doubt, convincing you to settle for less, making you believe that success is for other people. But here's the truth, you are capable of far more than you think. Most limits aren't real. They're mental. They're built from fear, past failures, and the opinions of others. But limits only exist if you accept them. And the best way to break them, prove yourself wrong. Think you're not strong enough, push harder. Think you can't do it, try anyway. Think you'll fail. Good, fail, learn, and keep going. Every time you do something you once thought impossible, you shatter the doubts holding you back. The greatest feeling in the world isn't proving others wrong, it's proving yourself wrong. It's looking back at the version of you that was scared, hesitant, unsure, and realizing that you didn't let that person win. So go ahead, take the risk, face the challenge, step into the unknown. Prove yourself wrong and show yourself just how powerful you really are. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Once a second passes, it's gone forever. And yet too many people wasted waiting, hesitating, making excuses, telling themselves I'll do it later. But later is never guaranteed. Tomorrow isn't promised. Next year isn't promised. All you truly have is now. Think about it, how many dreams have been buried in the graveyard of someday? How many people look back at their lives filled with regret, wishing they had started sooner, taken more risks, lived more fully? Don't let that be you. Every moment you spend doubting, procrastinating, or staying stuck in the so moment, you will never get back. You don't have time to wait for the perfect moment, to worry about what people think, or to let fear hold you back. You have a limited number of days, use them wisely. If there's something you want to do, start now. If there's a dream you've been putting off, chase it now. If there's a change you need to make, do it now. Because time is running out, and the only way to make it count is to stop wasting it. So stop waiting, stop delaying, start living. At the end of the day, your life is in your hands. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to push you toward your dreams. It's on you. You are the creator of your own story. The decisions you make, the actions you take, and the risks you embrace are all part of the path you walk. Every choice you make right now will shape the future you live, and no one else can do it for you. You have the power to take control. You have the ability to embrace discomfort and use it as fuel for growth. You have the courage to fail and rise again, to pick yourself up each time you fall, stronger and wiser. You have the strength to start before you feel ready, to jump into the untrust that you'll figure it out along the way. You have the resilience to prove yourself wrong, because deep down, you know you're capable of so much more than you've ever allowed yourself to believe. The only limit is the one you place on yourself. You have the power to make every second of your life count, but only if you choose to. Time won't wait for you. Life won't stop and say, here's a perfect moment to start. The world doesn't work that way. You don't get a do-over. You don't get to press pause. The only way to make your life meaningful is by taking ownership of it. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop wasting time. Own your life. Chase your dreams. Take risks. Every dream you've ever had is waiting on the other side of fear, on the other side of your hesitation. The only thing standing between you and what you want is the choice to act. Because one day you'll look back at this moment and reflect. And when you do, you'll either be proud of the chances you took or regret the ones you didn't. It's that simple. The choice is yours. Make it count. Don't let another moment slip by. Don't let another opportunity pass you. You have everything you need to succeed. You just need to start. And the best time to start is always right now. So go ahead, take that first step. The life you've always dreamed of is waiting. Make it happen.